We interrupt our regular programming with a special weather report. This is Bob Green with WWJD-TV News. A sudden intense storm has popped up on the radar. We have received word that a boat with several people was on the lake at the time the storm appeared. A crew is standing by at the scene. We will join meteorologist Wendy Gale at the scene. Take it away, Wendy.
Thanks, Bob. We are here at the scene of what a few minutes ago was a tense situation that suddenly calmed. I have an eyewitness here who can tell us exactly what happened. Sir, tell us about the storm.
Several of us were in a boat. Jesus was with us too, but he was in the back of the boat sleeping. Suddenly, a big storm came over, and waves broke over the side of the boat. I thought we were all going to drown. We woke Jesus up, and he rebuked the wind and said to the waves, "Be quiet and be still." Then the wind died, and the water was complete.
Thank you, sir, for that eyewitness report. There you have it, Bob. The wind and the waves obeyed Jesus. The weather alert has been canceled. What a miracle, no one was hurt.
Welcome to our morning news. Today, we have a special report from our man on the street, Preston Talk to Me. Let's go straight to Preston and see what special story he has for us. Preston?
Thank you. We are here in the city of Jericho, where there has been a report of a celebrity sighting. A crowd has gathered to see Jesus, who has become well known in our area for performing miracles and great teachings. Fans would sometimes do unusual things just to see him. I've just spotted one of those fans up in this sycamore tree. Let's see if he will share his story with us today. Sir, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're up in that tree?
Hi, my name is Zacchaeus. As you can see, I am not very tall. So I decided to come up in this sycamore tree so I could get a better view of Jesus.
Zacchaeus, come down from there. I'm coming to your house today.
Well, that's a fan's dream come true. Now back to you at the station.
Thank you for that special report. After the commercial break, we'll join you with our studio chef, Betty Macaroni, for another special report. Are you really what you eat?
And now it's time for our health news for today's segment. Today we are joined by Dr. I Am Feeling Good, who recently wrote an article for the Jerusalem Medical Association Journal. Dr. Feeling Good.
Thank you, Jim. This month's issue of the Jerusalem Medical Association Journal features an article that I wrote about the dreaded disease of leprosy. Now, leprosy, as you know, is an awful, terrible disease where people can't be around other people because they have awful sores and oozes all over their entire body. Now, according to the article that I wrote, a man named Jesus was walking into a village between Samaria and Galilee. 10 lepers were there, and they shouted out to him, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us!" According to the article, Jesus told them to go and show themselves to the nearby priests. So it happened that while they were on their way, their disease was healed. Absolutely amazing. But I find it even more astounding that the article indicates that only one person of the 10 returned to thank Jesus. That is 10%. That's 10% return. But Jesus was glad that the man had came back and told him that his faith had healed him. Truly amazing, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yes, that is very amazing. And now we will have a word from our sponsor, Bayer Aspirin. Good afternoon, folks, and thanks for joining me today on What's for Lunch. I am your host, Cherry Snappy Snacks. We have with us today a boy who helped to cater a meal for over 5,000 people. Son, can you tell us about this event?
Yes, I can. Jesus was out in the field teaching a large crowd of people. We had all been listening to Jesus talk for many hours. Jesus realized that we were all very hungry, so he decided he would try to feed us. He knew that his helpers didn't have enough money for all of us to buy all of us food, so one of his helpers, Andrew, saw that I had 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. I was supposed to take that home to my family for us to eat, but I realized that Jesus would take care of everything. After a while, we realized that Jesus was going to feed all of us. He took my bread and he fed everyone, my bread and my fish, and everyone was really full. This was really amazing because we still had 12 baskets of leftover food. Jesus is really amazing.
And there you have it, folks. Jesus performed another miracle. Whoever said there's no free lunch? After the commercial break, we'll be back with a special recipe of hooey, Cherry's Jubilee.
Good afternoon, folks. This is Carl Bass from the Sports Desk. Today in sports, we have a real fish story to tell you. It seems that local fishermen got some help from an unexpected source this week. The report is that the fishermen went out to the Sea of Tiberias and fished all night, but didn't catch anything. Early in the morning, a man they didn't recognize was standing on the shore. The man told them to throw their net on the right side of the boat and that they would find fish there. They did what the man had told them to do, and they couldn't pull the net in the next morning because there were so many fish. They realized that the man on the shore was none other than Jesus. This was truly a miraculous story. Guess they didn't worry about the one that got away this time. Stay tuned, and next we'll hear from our football expert, Joe Long.
Good day, folks, and thanks for joining us on Business as Usual. Today, our special guest is financial expert Dr. Wally Street. Mr. Street, we are so glad you could be here today. What advice do you have for our viewers today?
Well, Ms. PK, I have a lesson on money management taken straight from an excellent source. It comes from the Bible. See, just look at Matthew 25:14 through 30. The instruction is from Jesus, who is widely known for his parable style of teaching. In this particular reference, Jesus tells his listeners to use the talents that they have been given so they can get even more. He tells the story of a master who gives 3 servants money that he has. 2 of the servants put that money to work, and one of them doesn't. The master was happy with the 2 that did, but the one that didn't got everything taken away from him and was banished. See, it's saying you got to use what you have or you lose it.
Thanks for that wonderful advice, Mr. Street. Stay tuned, folks, for another great story when we talk with the local bank president, You Are Money.